Last week I did a video on making this bench top for my consignment shop. Now what I want to do is make the legs for it. What I'm going to use is these 2x4s that I actually picked out of the garbage, as usual. And I'm going to keep them looking like, I want to keep the nail holes and everything on them. So I want it to look like just construction when it's done. I'm not going to do nothing fancy with this, but maybe put a coat of varnish on it. And I'm going to do a quick video on this too, so stay tuned and watch me start building. First step I'm going to do, I'm going to sand all these 2x4s down with 80 grit paper, and that's it. I'm not going any finer than 80 grit. I just want to clean up all the schnitzels on it so nobody gets slivers and stuff like that. So here we go. Alright guys, we started out. I got 4 7-footers sanded, and these are a little over 6 feet. I got 2 of these sanded. So these are going to be the uprights for my stand. I'm going to set them up, kind of looking like this. They'll be spaced 1.5 inches apart. I'm going to put a 2x4 on the bottom going out that way, and that will be the leg part to keep it from tipping over. Alright, I'm going to square up the end of this 2x4. It's got a big hunk out of it, a big chip, so let's square that up. Like that. Now I want the length of my leg to be 24 inches. I'm going to go ahead and mark that. 24. Alright, now I'm going to repeat that and do it one more time. Okay, so what I'm doing is I have my foot piece here, and these are the uprights. I've got a little spacer right here, 2x4 to keep them apart. And I'm going to put some 2.5-inch screws right in here to help hold it. Just like that. I'm going to put 3 of them in here. And one more. That's it. I'm going to do that with the other side. So I'm going to have 2 pieces that look like this. Alright, you guys can see what I got going on here now. There's one. Okay, we got the foot out. There it is. Now I'm going to come up so high, and I'm going to put another 2x4 in here, coming out this way. And that's going to be where my bench sits. I don't have any plans for this, as most stuff I do. I just keep winging it. And that's what makes woodworking fun for me. Alright. Okay, these top ones that are actually going to hold the bench top, I'm going to cut these at 22.5. And I'm going to round over the front edge just by putting my can on there. I'm going to trace that out. I'm going to take it over to the bandsaw, cut that out, and make a copy of this one here. We'll be good to go. Alright, just like that. I'm going to sand that with some 180 paper. We'll be good. No, 80 grit paper. Okay, so here's what I got. This is where the bench top's going to sit. It's, when I put the top on it, it's going to be 38 inches high. So right now it's 34.5 inches high. I just put some 2.5-inch drywall screws in there along with some glue. Now I'm going to go do the other one. Alright, just like that. The other one's connected. Okay, next guys, what I want to do is I want to take this 2x4 and I'm going to tuck it inside of here, and I'm going to bring it up here and put an angle on it and have it all in line. It'll look pretty cool. So what I did to get that angle is I clamped the 2x4 onto my post that's going to hold the table. I put another 2x4 down here to rest it on. I'm going to rest it on there. I'm going to take this back corner right here and line it up with the back corner here. Hopefully this don't fall over on me. Okay, I'm going to want right about there. And then all I'm going to do is take my pencil right behind this 2x4. There's my angle. So I get my miter saw out. Whoa, like I said, I don't want that falling over. Take my miter saw out, cut that line, and it should be perfect. Alright, find my remote. Okay guys, I found my angle. In this case it's 31 degrees. I'm going to cut this board. I'm going to duplicate one more and I'm going to install them. Okay, I have the angle pieces installed now. I just put a screw up through here and then I put a screw through the side going this way on the other side. I'm going to end up putting another angle piece down in here for looks, but for now I'm going to put a 2x4s this way, and that is going to hold my flags. I'm going to put 4 2x4s that way. I'm going to start sanding them right now. For 2x4s are all sanded down, looking a little rustic looking. That's going to look cool when I get a finish on it. Now I'm going to hook my Craig jig up and I'm going to put some holes right like that, and then I will attach it to these here. Alright, there's our Craig jig. I got it set at 1.5 inches. There's increments on the side here. I've got my drill set. Just like that. Alright, now I'll show you the nice little pocket holes that puts in there. There we go. Now I can put that right up to the 2x4s over yonder and screw it all together. Alright guys, like I said, I just wing things. I really don't. I just wing it along as I go. So here's what I got. My countertop is going to be this right here, 3.5 inches high off of here. So I'm on a little space, so I put another 3.5 2x4 shim here. And now this, I just used my Craig jig and I mounted this. It's mounted up high. My flags are 19 inches, so my next 2x4 I'm going to put up here is going to be about 19 inches up. And that way I'll be able to have 2 flags hanging on my display. Did you get all that? I hope so. We'll keep on watching. So what I want to show you guys now is how cool the Craig jig pocket holes are. This screw is 2.5 inches long and it's for 2x4s. It's for wood that is 1.5 inches thick. Now there's a list with your Craig's jig. It will tell you what lengths to use and how to set your drill up and everything. It's pretty neat. So I just put it in the pocket hole now. Run it in there and it's going to draw it right up. Just like that. That is so cool and so easy. I'm going to do one more for you. I try not to keep my clips real long because it's a little boring, but there it is. It slipped right in the little pilot hole. You hear it draw it right up? That's pretty cool. Pretty nifty thing to have, guys. Alright, so I'm looking at this and I have this area here. I'm really not liking that looking like that, so I'm going to fill it like this over here. I think that'll look better. Once it's all varnished up and everything, it'll look like old school. It'll look good. Okay, now I got that there, but what I'm going to do is put a 2x4 on an angle here. So here's what I did. Just like that. I think that'll look cool. Alright, I'm going to cut the other one, screw it on there, see what we got. Alright, I got them installed. I just put pre-drilled here, okay? And I put a 2.5 inch drywall screw in there and glued it. See, they match on each side. Now I'm just going to take my sander, round this corner over a bit, and then I'm ready to start putting some varnish on it. Now what I wanted was rough construction site looking type display. I said I think I did pretty good. I'm gonna sand that down and start varnishing. Alright guys, this is coming out just like I wanted it. I'm pretty happy with it. You can see all my nail holes from the old construction. I really like that. I'm gonna come down here. You can see where I hadn't varnished yet, or shellac. I'm putting shellac on it. You can see that makes it like a golden brown. It looks awesome. It's gonna look good with the. It's gonna look good with this baby sitting on top of it now, ain't it? Oh yeah, baby. Okay, here's what I'm using real quick. Like, I'm using this Zinsser Bullseye shellac with the foam brush. All right. One of the bonuses of working by railroad tracks is I get these railroad spikes. I walk the tracks and find them laying on the ground. What I'm going to do with these, I'm going to put them over here, and I'm going to epoxy them in like this. This will hold my flags up. I'm going to put one over here, and I'm going to end up putting one over here. I'm going to put 8 in total so I can have 4 flags on display at all the times. You want to get vacuum? Huh? This is just another day in my wood shop. 7 a.m. in the morning. Come on. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, we gotta do this all the time. Not like a good vacuum, I'll brush. Look at that tail wave. She's happy. Oh yeah. Sometimes I do it myself too. Clean that beard up from all the sun. Now is I'm going to drill with my spade drill a 3/4 inch hole right in the center here for my railroad spike. Try and keep it as level as I can. There we go. Now I'm going to epoxy my railroad spike into all of these. Alright, I'm going to mix me up some Gorilla Glue epoxy. I'm going to mix it inside this paint cap. See this little ring in here? I can fill that up with epoxy. Then I can dip my railroad spike right in there and then insert it in the hole. Alright, I might have lied a little bit. I am going to put it inside the hole and set on the railroad spike so it don't squirt all over when I pound it in. I think I got enough here to do 2 holes. Spread it around in there. Maybe I'll put a little on the end of this. Just like that. And let's install the spike. That's beautiful. There you go. You like that, guys? I do. All right. All right, got them all in. They're looking good. I like it. I'm going to pull the tape off. I'm going to put the top on it, and I'll show you it. So the display bench is done. So I'll be moving it to the store probably February 1st. Look at that. Does that look cool or what? My brother-in-law painted the sign for me. Flags will be resting on the railroad spikes. I'll be able to display 4 flags. And then other stuff will go on the bench top, which also will be for sale in the store. I'll just make another one if I sell it. Thanks everyone for watching. Hit the subscribe button or hit that notification bell so you can follow me along on my journey at the consignment store. Bye-bye.